So as you can see, it moves and drives under its own steam, and even though it does that, there's still so much that needs to be done. There are water leaks, there are oil leaks, there's all kinds of things that need to be sorted out. So I need to pull this engine out again and have a look at everything and make sure that wherever it's leaking oil or water, I get that fixed, and then I can put it back, and hopefully then we get rid of all those leaks. In my infinite wisdom, I set up my cherry picker or my engine puller and misjudged and drove into one of the legs. So now I've got a transmission oil leak from one of the lines, so I'll have to get that fixed as well. So we'll pull all the wiring from the body, pull the axles off, and then we should be able to get the engine out. So I've taken off most of the intake stuff. I've also taken out the coolant reservoir and drained all the coolant. I didn't use coolant at this time in the engine. I always use plain water just in case there's a leak anywhere, and luckily I did that because there were a few leaks that I need to have a look at. So now I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the fuel side of things, as well as the taking out the airbox and disconnecting all the plugs so that I can take the front radiator shroud out. And with that, the front cradle has been removed. I just reconnected the ICMs back so that I could start the car and pull the fuel pump fuse so that I could drain all the fuel from the lines. That would make it easier so that when I do go in and remove the fuel lines, that there's no excessive fuel in the fuel lines. There'll always be a little bit of fuel in there, but in this case it'll be less than what it would have been, and the pressure would be much less. With that, most of the engine is free of the body. The only thing that's left is the one power steering line, which is over in this area over here at the bottom of the reservoir, and I waited for that because I'm contemplating draining the lines from the cooler and using a different cooler on this front end. The A6 cooler is a bit too big, a bit too cumbersome. I don't see the need for having such a big cooler for power steering, and so I'll use something smaller like the 2.81, and that should be more than sufficient for this application. So the next step is to to raise the front of the car, to take the wheels off and to pull the axles, and then I will go in underneath and remove the prop shaft, or the drive shaft as some call it, and then we need to unbolt the exhaust as well. We should be able to pull the engine. So a few days passed, and yet again I needed to take some time to take the engine out, and I decided just to get it done. So the engine is out over here, and I pushed the car out over there. I've got a whole lot of stuff that I need to do on this engine. It looks like there was a oil leak coming out from that side over there, and the only thing that I can think of that leaks on that side is either the turbo, or it's the power, not the power steering lines, it's the turbo, or it is the trans lines, so for the transmission cooler or the gearbox cooler. The other thing that I want to do is I want to pull out this compressor over here and replace the lines that go with it, because I'm going to be using the 2.7 compressor. This is a 2.8 compressor, and then I'll be able to bolt the lines onto the evaporator that goes into the left hand side, so over there of the engine bay behind that intercooler, so that'll work quite nicely. The other thing that I want to do is I want to go over this harness and fix stuff like this. That was a temporary measure, so I need to get the plug for it and then put it in, get it done. And once I am done with that, I will put everything back together again and put it in the engine bay once more. You can see over here, managed to break some of the PCV lines, so I'm gonna need to figure out how to get that fixed, but I've got a whole bag of tricks that I can use to get that working again. So yeah, that's about it. I won't be redoing the downpipes just yet. The budget is a bit of a constraint at the moment, so I'm gonna need to get some more cash flow in order to get those done. But I am gonna measure out these flanges and take the basic shape of this, of these downpipes, and then I will build it outside of the car and put it back in once I'm done. So that's all that I have at this point in time. As I work on this engine, you will see more and more work being done and what's actually being done. So yeah, thanks for watching. Consider giving this video a like and sharing with your friends, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It helps the channel to grow, and hopefully I can get some money from YouTube to do bigger things on this car.